Do you know that one of the great problems of our age is that we are governed by people who care more about feelings than they do about thoughts and ideas? If you lead a country like Britain, a strong country, a country which has taken a lead in world affairs in good times and in bad, a country that is always reliable, then you have to have a touch of iron about you. I always cheer up immensely if an attack is particularly wounding because I think, well, if they attack one personally, it means they have not a single political argument left. To cure the British disease with socialism was like trying to cure leukemia with leeches. It is not the creation of wealth that is wrong, but the love of money for its own sake. There are still people in my party who believe in consensus politics. I regard them as quislings, as traitors. I mean it. No one would remember the Good Samaritan if he'd only had good intentions. He had money as well. When I'm out of politics, I'm going to run a business. It'll be called Red a Spine. I usually make up my mind about a man in 10 seconds, and I very rarely change it. It's passionately interesting for me that the things that I learned in a small town, in a very modest home, are just the things that I believe have won the election. To those waiting with bated breath for that favorite media catchphrase, the U-turn, I have only this to say: U-turn if you want, the lady's not for turning. Being Prime Minister is a lonely job. You cannot lead from the crowd. If you just set out to be liked, you will be prepared to compromise on anything at any time, and would achieve nothing. If you want something spoken about, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Freedom will destroy itself if it is not exercised within some sort of moral framework, some body of shared beliefs, some spiritual heritage transmitted through the church, the family, and the school. It used to be about trying to do something. Now it's about trying to be someone. They've got the usual socialist disease, they've run out of other people's money. In politics, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. I don't think there will be a woman prime minister in my lifetime. When people are free to choose, they choose freedom. Well, there's a lot to react against. In response to the accusation that she was a reactionary. If you want to cut your own throat, don't come to me for a bandage. There is no such thing as society, there are individual men and women, and there are families. People think that at the top there isn't much room. They tend to think of it as an Everest. My message is that there is tons of room at the top. It pays to know the enemy, not least because at some time you may have the opportunity to turn him into a friend. Power is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. Constitutions have to be written on hearts, not just paper. The problem with socialism is that you eventually run out of other people's money. Any woman who understands the problems of running a home will be nearer to understanding the problems of running a country. Whether it is in the United States or in mainland Europe, written constitutions have one great weakness. That is that they contain the potential to have judges take decisions which should properly be made by democratically elected politicians. The larger the slice taken by government, the smaller the cake available for everyone. I am in politics because of the conflict between good and evil, and I believe that in the end good will triumph. To be free is better than to be unfree, always. Any politician who suggests the opposite should be treated as suspect. I'm back. And you knew I was coming. On my way here I passed a cinema with the sign "The Mummy Returns." There is much to be said for trying to improve some disadvantaged people's lot. There is nothing to be said for trying to create heaven on earth. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.